Hello, welcome back to Fred in the Shed. It will be just after Christmas when this video hits the channel, so I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas and Happy New Year. Although we're up in the Radio Shack, not going to be a radio-based video this one. I have got some really good ideas about radio in 2024. It means going outside though and putting up a long wire antenna, and it's just absolutely freezing cold at the moment in the UK, so need to catch up on a few jobs inside, which is where this comes in. I came up with these. This is X-Sense. These are a combination carbon monoxide and smoke alarm, and they work on batteries. They've got a small little lithium cell that is replaceable in each alarm. It's said to last about a year, so it's comparable to your normal 9-volt PP3 battery. Has a digital display. It will display when the battery is getting low, and I imagine it will bleep as well. And also there's an app you can put on your phone, and when the battery does become low, it will notify you. I think it gives you about 3 months warning or something. It will notify you when the battery's getting low. So yeah, so there's various different models of X-Sense alarms. This SC07 model, this is Wi-Fi connected to your phone, but they're not interconnected. They do more expensive models that are interconnected. So unfortunately, if one alarm does go off, the other alarms won't all sound, but you will get a notification come up on your phone. So if you've got a very big house, if you're fortunate, and you've got one of these remotely set, we'll say down in a garage or in an outbuilding or something, you will get a notification come up on your mobile phone, so you'll know there's a problem. Also, and this happened to me in my garage a few years ago, I had a little immersion heater in there just to keep the chill out of the garage in the winter, and obviously that heater got too hot, it slightly shorted, and it luckily tripped the consumer unit before there was a fire. But when I went in there, when I came home from work, I wasn't at the house at the time, I could smell there had been smoke. Again, if I'd have had this alarm setting set up, it would leave me a record. I would be able to go to my mobile phone and there would actually be a notification telling me exactly what time that smoke was detected. So again, if you've got a building that you're not there all the time and you just want to make sure that you keep an eye on it, again, this might be a good product for you. So, not even opened them. I've had these a few weeks. I've been a little bit busy with other stuff. So anyway, let's have a quick look. You know what I'm like. I like instructions. There we go. So it says here we get a 60-day money-back guarantee if we're not happy with them, and then we get a 5-year worry-free warranty. So that's not bad, considering these basically can only last 10 years anyway. 5 years, so it's half the time they're going to be in warranty. So here's the instruction book. I'll read this obviously off camera. Yeah, there's a 2D barcode there that you can set this up with the app. I'm sure a lot of you are just going to scan that and then use your phone. It does make things a lot easier. And there we go. End of life. Okay, so I've just noticed that. So it says this alarm has an end of life warning. So it says that the alarm will operate for 10 years, which is the length of the sensor, and after that you will get an end of life warning. And I assume you get a period of time to replace it, and then the unit switches off. So you're going to get you're going to get 10 years out of these. So like it or not, you're going to be within regulations. I suppose we should do that anyway. So if you put these up, at least you can't say that I didn't know that my smoke alarms weren't going to be out of date. And there we go. That's the unit themselves. They can look quite modern. I don't know if that's a thing really. And yep, that's the lithium-ion battery. It's a CR123A. That's not an expensive battery, I imagine. I think I've seen those on Amazon. I think you can get like 3 for 10 quid or something. And there's a little plastic tab there. I'm not going to pull that out because I'm assuming if that's going to start the 10-year countdown. I want to get the most days out of the alarm. So yeah, well that's basically it. There's like an LED there. It says flashes green for power, red for alarm, yellow for fault. I suppose that will distinguish between a carbon monoxide warning and an alarm warning. So right, I think I need to get on now, and I need to mount the plate on my ceilings, and then we can get on with testing them. Actually, we might have to pair them up first. I don't know. Let me read the instructions. Does come with fitting. You got wall plugs there. Yeah, I'm not. Those screws look a little bit. What you find with these things, I mean, they generally give you the cheapest screws and the cheapest fit. I generally use my own screws I've got from Wix or whatever. I generally don't even bother. It's not worth the hassle. Sometimes these things round off and they look a little bit cheap and nasty. Right, okay, let me read the instructions off camera and let me get back to you and we'll see how these things work. Like most things nowadays that use Wi-Fi, there's a little 2D barcode in the instructions. It takes you to the main site. You have to create a free account to register the devices. You also have to enable your Bluetooth and allow the app to send notifications. Once you're all registered and set up, you can now add devices. And it's interesting to look down the list. Xsense make other things other than smoke alarms, security cameras, outside lights, things like that, all connect to your Wi-Fi. Now, I did struggle a little bit with this the first time I attempted it. I'm not really sure why, but I got the first alarm on the system, but then the second one kept saying that it already existed. I ran out of time that day and I emailed Xsense and they were very kind to reply to me, gave me nice clear instructions. I tried on another day and this time everything worked first time. So it can be perhaps a little bit tricky. Just allow plenty of time to set this up. Just got the more DIY side of it now. We just now need to physically attach these to their relevant places on the ceilings. When it comes to installation, there's nothing to it really. Here's the mounting plate and you've just got 3 holes. They do supply screws and fittings. As I said at the beginning of the video, I prefer to use my own. It's just my personal choice. The one thing that you've got to make sure is that where you fit the smoke alarm, it's in Wi-Fi range of your hub for these to connect up, and you just check that on your phone. So here we are in the garage and it's saying that it's online and it's also showing a good signal. And there we go, that's the first unit fitted. I suppose the only problem with fitting them on the ceiling is it does make it rather difficult to see the LCD display. Probably do need to climb up on a step. But they do recommend you fit these to ceilings, which is where the smoke is likely to gather. I then reversed my car back in the garage to park it, and as I did so, my phone lit up with an alarm and I got this notification on the screen. I was quite impressed by this because the alarm has picked up the carbon monoxide output from the exhaust on the car and it's warning me to evacuate the area and even giving me a carbon monoxide reading. So I was pretty impressed with that. That's quite cool. We're going to test the smoke alarm system now and I'm going to do it properly. I've got these smoke matches that I picked up from Amazon, which are purely, supposedly, to test smoke alarms. So in a moment what I'm going to do is I'm going to light one and put it underneath the alarm in the garage. Not quite sure how I silence them. That's going to be quite interesting. Hopefully I can do it on the app. I won't be able to reach that because I've got the car in the way. Okay, so that one worked in the garage there. It's had a critical alert silence. So those little matches were quite good. I can only do a test in the garage. If I set one of these off in the house, it freaks my dogs out. But yeah, I was quite impressed with that. It's quite reassuring that it comes up on your mobile phone. You get a siren and an alert. I suffer from hearing issues, and I'm often listening on the radio or YouTube videos with headphones, and I probably wouldn't hear the one go off in the garage, but I've always got my mobile phone close to my hand, and again, you can see and hear that visual alert. Also, I mean, I could put one of these in the shed, really. I've got a heater in the shed, so I could put one remotely in the shed, as long as you're within Wi-Fi range of your hub. And again, if there was a problem in the shed, it would alert me. You could spend a bit more money and get the next model up, which is interconnected, and then when one goes off, they all go off. That's probably what you'd want if you've got something like a small business. Just before I go, I just want to leave you with a slightly amusing, worrying story. I wanted to find out how these work, so I looked on the internet, and it turns out that each of these smoke alarms, and they're all the same, doesn't matter how old they are, they have a very, very small radioactive element, and that's how it detects the smoke particles. And there was this guy, a Boy Scout, in America many years ago, and he took this on as a project, and he managed to accumulate a large collection of used smoke alarms, and he stripped them down and extracted the radioactive element and built up a small reactor and actually achieved nuclear fission. He got a reaction from this reactor, and he radiated the whole area, including himself. The whole area became radioactive, and I had to send the government in and guys in white suits to decontaminate the whole area. Quite an interesting story. Anyway, waffling on. So yeah, that's it. This is the Xsense smoke alarms. I've since I bought these, I've actually bought another set for my mother. I upgraded her smoke alarms. I haven't got the Wi-Fi set for her, but it's just once it's on my mind, you know, they only last 10 years, and well, we're all guilty. My ones were donkey's years old. So there you go. If you're interested, I'll leave a link in the description to the website, so you can go ahead and have a look at these yourself. But that's it for this video. Got loads of radio stuff coming up. Must get on with that. But as for now, as always, cheers. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you found the video useful. There's the thumbs up from Fred in the Shed. And as always, please stay safe. Catch you on the next one. Cheers, guys.